objection handling, pre-handling objections, revenue generating activities. These are all the things we're going to be covering on October 15th, and I'll show you exactly how I made my first ever $1 million commissions in my first year selling anything, and also earned shares to a company worth over $100 million. I'm going to break this all down in just a couple weeks. So guys, make sure you show up. It's on October 15th live at 6 p.m. Eastern. There's going to be no recording, so the link will be in the description below. If you guys want to sign up, make sure you do. There's only 500 slots available. So I'll see you there. Enjoy the rest of the video.
Tell me, man, I guess, what do you feel like you could improve, if anything at all, when it comes to selling?
Honestly, man, I understand people, but not as well as I think I do. Like I like to think I can relate to them, and the truth of it is I really can't.
Okay.
And so that's definitely what I struggle with most. So it's when it comes to my objection reasoning, I can't make relatable or proposals that make sense to the average Joe, right? Like I'm always selling to the upscale guys who they get it. Like I can sell to them easy, but that's not where the money is. The money's in the masses.
Well, tell me this, man. I guess, how long have you been seeing this issue go on, where you feel like you are getting objections at the end of conversations because you can't connect with your prospects?
Truthfully, not until very recently.
Tell me, man, how much are you currently like doing per month in terms of revenue?
I'm in for our first 6-figure month. And gross revenue, the highest we've gotten was like 77,000.
Okay.
So definitely not bad, but a lot of it was very reliant on a company that was very large and supported us, but that no longer is around. And so it's like, okay,
where would you
got to get back to there.
Where would you be consistently? Where would you want to be consistently?
Consistently, I'd like to be around probably about 60 to 80. I mean, that would be a good number in the near future.
Okay, so month to month, you want to be around 60 or 80?
Yeah, in gross revenue.
And right now, we're where exactly?
Right now, we're anywhere before I got on with Dario, anywhere from 20 to 30.
20, 30, right? So we want a 3x, right? Mm-hmm. Are you satisfied at the 20 to 30 range?
I'm comfortable, but I'm not satisfied.
Why are you comfortable though?
I'm comfortable just because we're small, and quite frankly, the new issue is I don't want to stay small. There's low responsibility, there's low, all the bad things, but there's also low growth. There's lower income, and I, quite frankly, I'd rather go one way than the other.
Yeah. I guess for you, like, why is it so important to get to that 70, 80, 100 month mark? Like, why is that so important for you though?
Because I'm a greedy bastard. I want to stand out. I want to be the best.
Right.
Doing shit average is not how I roll. And, quite frankly, sales is basically a way of life. It's not just, what you're getting people to buy. It's how you're getting people to buy you, who you're selling your team as, who, your circle is, and how much you're respected in the community. And seeing kind of how that plays out in my small little town, it just makes me not want to stay where I was born. Yeah.
Well, that makes sense, man. Because I guess for you, you mentioned that you just want to like grow. That's a typical thing of every entrepreneur. They want to grow, right? But what we see who come into the program, people like Dario, who have hyper level success, is that they don't just want to grow. They have a strong motivation of why they want to grow. So is that line pushing them for you? What's really behind you, pushing you to want to grow?
I grew up with nothing. I mean, don't get me wrong, we weren't dirt poor, but there were nights that the only food on the table was a box of mac and cheese. And growing up, I wasn't close with my father. And so my dad did very well, but my mom did not. She struggled to run her businesses. She constantly was making, big mistakes, and just kind of seeing how that like made me grow. I'm grateful for it, but I also don't think it was fair. And so there was recently something that happened in my life with a girl I was with. I was like, all right, fuck. Now I really got some vengeance that I want to achieve. And it's like, she told me I'd never amount to shit when she left. And, all the words my dad had said growing up when I wasn't close with him, now I'm literally a spitting image of him, very close with him.
Yeah.
He's like, Mason, I just want to see you do better than I ever could in life. And he goes, the difference is you work just as hard as me, but you work 100 times smarter. And that's because of your mom. So now it's definitely my parents, and it's all family bound, if that makes sense.
I appreciate
I just want to go family.
Yeah, 100%. I appreciate you for sharing that. I guess, what's the rationale though to get to that goal of you investing in your skills, putting yourself in that position, rather than just doubling down and doing it on your own, trying to do it that way? Like, why not just do it that way, like most people do?
I didn't get where I am by thinking I was the best of everything. I mean, I know when I'm struggling with something, the hard part for me is finding the right person or the right program or the right education. It's knowing what I'm actually interested in enough to apply myself to learn. Because when I apply myself, I do apply myself heavily. I just have to be interested. I have to have that motivation.
Yeah,
And so
100%.
she was the daughter of the CEO of AutoZone. So seeing how they lived, it's like, all right, so like that's how the other side of the world lives. Cool, let's do it. Like
Yeah,
I'm not going to amount to shit. Sure. So that's
yeah.
that's my factor.
What have you invested in, if anything at all, when it comes to sales training for your business so you can get to 80 grand a month?
So I haven't invested actual dollars, which I've also really just never had the actual dollars to be able to invest in it. But um, countless conversations, hours long. But my landlord's very successful. He's got an SVJ. I've also been big in the media industry, which got me connected with some people who have, respectable businesses. And really, it's all just seeing how they talk, seeing how people react. I watched, basically a cause and effect for years and years and years, and just kind of developed my own style.
What has prevented you though from going out there on your own and taking on a mentor and investing in somebody so you can get to where you need to be?
I didn't even know I needed help. I thought I was doing great for my age, and then I met some people who, quite frankly, I mean, they made me feel insecure. I'm like, dude, how the fuck? I mean, like I watch your content. It's like, okay, the kid's younger than me, but I hear how you talk. I see the gears turning, and it's like, okay, all that takes is just you just have to educate yourself. You have to learn. And if you learn how to do it, anybody can do the exact same thing and probably have very similar success.
100%, man. But like, why now change? Because everyone says new year, new me, new guys from Monday, right? And they want to push down the road. Like, why is now going to be they were actually going to commit to putting yourself in the uncomfort zone when you really don't have to?
Well, I've been living in the uncomfortable zone. What makes me comfortable is that I actually get to grow. I mean, I don't want to be comfortable sitting.
Yeah.
I like moving, and that applies to everything in my life. I don't want to be tied down here. I need money to move. I need to be able to build businesses to move. I need to be able to sell to a new clientele. I mean,
Yeah.
there are so many issues that come with what I have now not being sustainable. And this is the first step to saying, hey, no matter what happens, sales is a sustainable skill.
What do you really feel like you need though? Like, I know when it comes to training, right? We all speak about understanding the methodology. What I want to understand, man, is how do you actually learn a skill best? You've obviously learned from all these people in the past. When you typically go upon learning a skill, what way do you learn best?
I mean, you just got to be able to be present and be able to ask questions and see reasoning more than just explaining. I have to be able to emotionally and like mentally and um, contextually commit to understanding a process or something for like to actually understand it. I have to know it. I can't just see it, hear it, read it, whatever. I got to
100%.
actually put it in and say, oh, well, why did this get fucked up? Or what happened here?
I think that's very important, man. Because I guess, like, do you feel like with the right skills that you can get to a point where you're making 80 grand a month?
Oh, anybody can.
Do you feel like you can though, for you
Oh,
personally?
I know I can. Yeah.
So what would it do for you though? Getting to a point where you've reached 80 grand, you've proved all these people wrong that you mentioned you wanted to prove wrong. Like, what would that actually mean to you?
Oh, well, that would mean I just need to prove myself wrong next. I mean, I'm only ever competing with myself. In my area, I'm considered probably like locally famous, if you will, for my age and everything I've built here and how I grew up. But it's now to a point where it's like there's a whole other world. I'm not special. I'm not impressive to the masses. I'm quite frankly I'm just slightly above average, and that's where that comes from. I mean, that's like the deepest rooted insecurity is I have to be able to walk into a room and say I can do this or this is what I'm known for. So it's definitely a status thing too.
Yeah. Well, I guess what happens though? Because that's the top of the mountain, man. I guess what happens if nothing changes though? We stay where we're at. We stay in the comfortable place. We're making 30 grand a month. We're okay. People notice us. We don't ever get to that top 1% level. What happens then though?
Well, I'll continuously be pissed off that I'm not getting further, and that's just it. That problem will never solve itself.
Are you willing to settle for that? Because you can.
Settle for no. If I was, I wouldn't be on this phone call.
Sure,
I'm a very busy man.
You have Starbucks workers for a reason, man. Not everyone can make 80 grand a month, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's just not me. That'll never be me.
All right. So you actually feel like now it's time for a change?
I've been feeling like it, but quite frankly, the issue was always time and money. It was both. I can deal with one. I can deal with, well, I'm broke. Well, this problem will fix that. It takes a little bit of time, but it'll fix that. Well, I don't have time. Cool. Well, if I can do this, I can just move on to someone else to do it. And then I can just keep doing whatever I'm doing then. And I run into this problem again.
Well, it depends, right? How do you view time, right? I think one thing that is really important is how you view time as an entrepreneur. I don't view it as what we have. I view it as what we prioritize. Because in life, if we prioritize the things that will make us money, that's how we get to the top 1%, right?
Sure.
And ultimately for you, man, how important is it to put this as a priority for you right now, right? Because at the end of the day, I don't want to bring you into the program if you're not going to prioritize it to put yourself.
Yeah. So I can't stay here.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, let's look into it, man. Do you have pen, paper, anything you could write on?
I got a note on the phone.
Go from there. Easy. So,
oh shit, it's actually about that. Let me actually go grab a piece of paper.
Yeah, you're good, man. I guess in terms of funding, so you have clarity. The program typically comes in around 15,997, so 15,997. We do have ways of breaking it up if needs be, but I guess how do you feel about that?
Well, Dario said the initial startup fee was a lot less than that, but I definitely think it's something I want to work into. Again, I'd rather just invest the time when I have it. I do have responsibilities keeping me from like totally jumping all the way in for 16, but ultimately I will think about that. I mean, I just haven't had enough time.
Money out of the equation. Do you actually feel like what we do can help you with getting to where you need to be?
I mean, yeah, for sure. Well, for me, it's about efficiency, right? So I know how I learn. It's just a matter of if I'm putting, so much into it and I spend so much money, I'm going to feel compelled to want to make it back faster. And I don't want to frustrate myself, especially with just learning the NEPQ framework and not everything else. It's definitely
it's very simple once you get the script. The issue is that the longer it takes for you to get in. The more you don't get in, the more we leave on the table, and the longer it takes for you to get the result. The quicker you get in, the quicker you'll start getting those results and seeing those improvements. It just depends what way you view the money. Well, if you really look at it, right? Because if you had the skills, what else will come with the skills?
Well, the money, yeah.
Yeah, there you go, right? That's the thing. I can help you with the investment. What I can't help you with, though, is the actual commitment to be willing and wanting to change.
Sure. Yeah, totally. And so I know what I'm going to learn there's no way it won't make me 60,000. I mean, we make that a month. I mean, obviously, if it helps even a little bit, it's worth it. But more so, it's just knowing how my brain is going to operate, how I'm going to panic under pressure. I want to make sure I'm growing at a rate.
Sure. I think the thing that you don't want to do is put yourself in an uncomfortable place. Is that correct?
Yeah, correct. Yeah. And so
this is the thing, right?
That would be more it. Yeah.
This is where I'm going to challenge you, because this is where we're going to challenge you in the whole program. We are going to be putting you in places not of comfort or uncomfort. Do you know why, though?
Not a clue.
Because where do humans grow? Do they grow from a place of comfort? Do they grow from a place of uncomfort?
They grow from a place of uncomfort, of course.
And it grows from a place of pressure, man. And you putting yourself in those positions. The issue is that if you're coming in and we're asking you to do things consistently, they're going to put you in the uncomfort zone to get a different results. Because to get a different result, we have to start doing things differently.
Sure.
That doesn't start next week, next month, next year. That starts today. You making a different decision for you to get a different result. When it comes to the payment, I can help you with breaking it. Because is it more that you don't have the investment or uncertainty around it?
I wouldn't say it's both. It's just more of I don't know where I'm going as far as growth is concerned now. I went from very successful to hyper successful now. And what I don't want to do is bet on it and say, oh, well, maybe it's a fluke, especially because winter's coming in the industry I'm in. I just don't, I'd rather wait. Like springtime, I'd be like, yo, fuck this, all in. Or even at the end of it.
Dario was talking to me that you were giving the same objection to him, which is funny, right? Because you're going to learn how to do this, how to overcome your prospect's objection. Because what you're doing, man, is essentially giving yourself an excuse of why not to do it. Fuck, I can give you 10 more, bro, if you need.
Yeah, and that's my biggest thing is I know the shit I've done in the past. I know how it hurt. Yeah. And so it's like, yeah, it made me driven, but at the same time, like, I barely have it. So it's, I still have a lot of operating costs.
This is the thing, and I understand that. That there's going to be operating costs. What I can do is help you with breaking down to make it more manageable. Would you want to look at
if it broken down, if it makes sense? Yeah, let's do it. Fuck it. If it makes sense, yeah. I mean, that's not the problem. It's just, it is time limited though, correct? For 6 months of coaching.
It's not about 6 months, right? Because it really isn't. It's about the time that you get started. And I mean this with the highest level of certainty, because I'm telling you, man, the amount of people that I see that like wait to get there. And the issue with sales particularly is the longer we take to learn the skill, the more money we leave on the table. The more money we leave on the table, the more we stay in the same position. So let's do this. I'm going to send you this link in the chat.